Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'm Steven, the Games Master Potter, the other GM Potter on this channel. Today we're going to be playing Final Girl. Final Girl is an amazing game by Van Ryder Games, and it has a very interesting mechanic where you get to play, you need a core box and then any one of these, what they call feature films. And you get to play a location and a villain from any of these. So all you need is this much, but if you add more, you have a lot more variety. Without further ado, let's get into the game. This is the killer board, but I have the player mats, which makes the killer board have a place already on the mat. So there's your rule book, and then these are all the components that are present for every game, or most games. You're going to have 6 dice, and they're going to have 1s and 2s are blank, 4s and 3s are 2 cards, and 5 and 6 are successes. So in order to set up the game, you're going to choose your feature film, and this is the really cool thing about this game. The box completely comes apart and becomes part of the playing board. And you do have a couple of different Final Girls. If you're playing without the miniatures, which were part of the Kickstarter, you have little meeples, but I will be playing with the people. And I think I'm going to play with Reiko. And their names are on their bottom. Has a cool axe with her. So whenever you're setting up the game, you are going to have a bunch of terror cards. Let's see if I can get that to, yeah. A bunch of terror cards that are going to be in the villain side, and a bunch of terror cards that are in the side for the location. And you're just going to shuffle those up. But each time, you're getting a little bit of a flavor for the location and a little bit of flavor for the villain. And there's going to be significantly more flavor for the villain. And to double check the rulebook, you get 10 of these cards we just shuffled up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they go into a terror deck. So that's basically meaning we have 10 turns to beat up the bad guy and solve and save as many people as we can. Then you're going to have what are the, let's see here if I can remember, the Dark Power and the Finale. So if we ever run out of terror cards, I believe is what it is, that's when the finale comes. So at this point in the game, whenever the killer has killed, looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, he gets a dark power, and it's really cool because it has the art from the board, so you don't lose anything. You know exactly where it goes. So that's that. There's a lot of stuff that you kind of set up in this game that you don't actually need. So, don't need that box. Okay. Let's see here. And he starts at terror level 4. He's got 4 there.
There's a whole bunch of...
A whole bunch of these tokens for the final health, because you never know if the killer is going to come back from the dead. So, and then he starts with 12 health. Including that final health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3, 6, 9, 10, wait, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Goodness gracious, that is a lot of health. And then as we manage to save people, we're going to be putting them onto our card here in these spots. And then once we have all those spots filled, we get to flip over and we have a, this way, and we have a superpower. So our power, whenever we get it, is once per action phase, if an enemy is within 2 spaces, you may move to that space for free. So we're going to be able to move a lot faster and get over to him after like running around and getting a weapon or something, because you definitely want to get a weapon in this game. Otherwise, you are going to have a hard time doing anything. So, and the way this game functions, I should probably get my health. That'd probably help. I have 6 to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull out all the victims here, even though we don't know who's going where or what. But there's some specialty victims that can come up. Things like boyfriends or grandparents and all sorts of stuff that is going to vary from spot to spot. Come on, get out of there. It's a cute little clever storage mechanism, but it's a little fiddly. And you get a little tracker here. And because this board is so small, they give you some space in case you have like 800 people in a spot and you know he's trying to get in there and you're trying to get in there. It starts getting a little bit claustrophobic, so they give you some little tokens and some spots to put them. So that's very helpful. Hopefully everybody doesn't decide to go for a bath in the lake, because there is an event card that just kills everybody in the lake. But the way that the game works is you're going to start with a whole bunch of these cards in your hand that are going to have a ability. You can play as many of these in your turn as you want, but you're going to have to buy back cards from this big area here every turn. One knows. There's a few of them, like search and improvise, but there's only one critical blow. So as you're playing, you're going to be going up and down on this track here for how much time you wasted or gained. And so, for instance, if you walk, you're always going to use at least one time to walk. But sometimes if you get 2 successes on your dice, whenever you roll, you'll get to go 2 spaces and only pay 1 time, and sometimes you'll actually have to hurt yourself to move 1 space. So there's a lot of risk reward in this game. So let's get this. There's setup cards, there's some event cards, and a whole bunch of item cards, which you don't actually get to use every time. Get these shuffled up. Okay, so there's our cards. There's at least one weapon, and they go into these little spots up here. So, unfortunately that is a little blown out on the camera. I can read these for you and bring them over here so you can see them a little bit better. There's an aluminum bat, which whenever you inflict damage to the killer with the aluminum bat, you may immediately discard a dark power, including any health markers remained on the card. So you get to knock out a minor dark power, which is a possibility from the terror deck. So that's not bad, and it does an additional damage, but it takes up both of our hands. There's some fireworks, which can be used as a distraction. So you have to pay some time to place the fireworks token in your space or an adjacent space. And when the killer must choose a target, they will choose the fireworks. And whenever he gets there, the fireworks are discarded. So you can basically distract him from coming to a specific spot. So that's in the dock, which is over here. The bat is in the cabins. And this whistle is you can spend a time to use the whistle once per action phase. When used, all victims adjacent to you will move to your space, then all the enemies move towards you as well. But whenever you have the whistle, you can actually bring an additional victim with you, which is quite nice, especially if all the victims are clumped up, because I believe you can only have either 1 or 2, and that is a big difference. So let me quickly up to 2 victims. So yeah, because there's certain things that make it so that only 1 will come with you. So that makes sense why you can take 2. So that means if I have the whistle, I can bring 3 with me, which would be quite nice. Especially since, let's see what we get for our setup. The setup is, oh, well, everybody is spread around kind of willy-nilly. So the killer is going to go here, and our final girl Reiko is going to go right there. There's a couple people in the fire pit. There's somebody taking a nice swim in the lake. You can probably hear my cats in the background. a cliff, which is right adjacent to Makeout Point. There's some cabins, and a couple in these unnamed spots. Okay. So there's some extra people in case we need them. And I can go right up here. And then, in order to start the game, we pull our first event, and during the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer one space towards it. Do not count victims currently in the same space as the killer. So basically, the turn sequence is our turn, then we get to make our purchases, then the killer moves, and then there's going to be a panic phase in case any of the, if a victim was killed, then everybody runs away from the victim, or the killer rather, and then there's an upkeep phase, and then it's our turn. So basically, after everybody runs away from him killing someone, someone's going to decide that it's time to go get killed by him. So that is not a great plan, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so we are, let me double check, I believe we are all set up. So here we go. So my plan right now, I'm at the dock, there's the fireworks. I don't really care about the fireworks. I kind of want to go to the cliff and grab these two people because he's closest to them. He's going to basically need a couple of turns to get there, and of course the thing I want, the whistle, is in the way at the utility shed. So I'm going to go, because there's also these guys in Makeout Point, which isn't great. I think I'm going to go this way and then go this way. Get to the cabins, and there's actually an exit here. I didn't notice that this is an exit. So basically you're trying to get the victims. Here, maybe this will help with the victims being a little bit more visible. Actually, so each of the victims, you're trying to get to these green spaces here. So there's one here, there's one here, and there's one up here. So that's actually only 2 spaces away from a safe spot, which is actually a lot better than I thought. So we might go that way in order to get that. And the number of dice we roll whenever we play a card. So whenever we're going to play a card, so I'm going to start with a focus. We're only going to get to do 2 dice because of the difficulty or the terror level we're at. So we're going to roll 2 dice, and we got, this is actually fantastic. We got a 5, which is a star, success, and a 3, which is you can discard 2. So I can either reduce by 1. We're reducing by 1 no matter what, because that's there. But I can either pay 2 cards to gain 2 time, or I can lose a time. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, because we're not attacking him this turn. We're at full health, we don't need to rest. So I'm going to gain 2 time with that. Now, we're going to walk. And we're hoping for that double again. Well, we got 1. That's not bad. So, and that's going to go down 1 on time. And then we're going to go take another walk again. And we failed. We are going to use this one, where it is move 1 space, lose a health. And so that healthy health goes away. We'll put it over there for now. And then lose 2 time to go a space. And so we're going to take these friend right here. So see how this gets like super super like difficult to read. So we're going to do that. So the moon is now in this space. And once we move out of there, we'll probably be able to do stuff. So, not a bad turn. We're going to leave a focus in our hand. And we're going to get to spend 5 time. And so there's a cost at the bottom here. So one of the best things early game is distraction. So 1, 2, 3. And that, because it's just a beefed up version of that. And then we are going to get a sprint. So we're going to get our other 2. So that's down to 0. And then these are going into the tableau for next turn. So then we reset our time to 6. And all the discarded go in there. And now we're going to be resolving the killer's action. So the killer has an action up here that he does every turn. And so right now it has a little picture of the target closest victim or final girl. So there is, like, this is the closest, but all he's going to do is stab. So he doesn't have anybody to stab because they're not in the space. So this is a problem with the Death Wish. They're going to decide that they want to go say hi to him when I'm trying to save them. Great. So then we're going to be playing the top tarot card. The top tarot card is taking souvenirs. If there are no victim cards on the board, or victims on the board, discard a card. We have plenty of victims. Then, oh goody. Oh my word. This is a horrible one for the first turn. Because he is going to be targeting the closest victim, which is the one we're in. And then he's going to move twice. So his move currently is 1. So he's going to move 1, 2 into the space. You gotta love this game sometimes. And then he's going to stab twice, targeting victims. So he's going to kill 2 of these victims with his horrible, looks like he's carrying around a sledgehammer, which sounds delightful. So he is going to get in there and he's going to kill 2. So he's going to go up in Bloodlust 2. I think we might be losing this one. And for each victim killed during the killer phase, up an additional Bloodlust. So he's going to go up all the way up to 4, and he gets another terror. So, yeah, that's not great. That's not wonderful. Okay. And then, oh, luckily for us, we actually are going to be able to save 2 people still, hopefully, because he's done us a wonderful thing of getting into our space, and he's going to actually cause one of these. Oh wait, actually, before that happens, the panic phase. So whenever you get the panic phase, this is why these dice still have the numbers on them, because there's different numbers on all of these. So we're going to roll a die for this victim, and the victim is going to go towards 3. So this victim is going to go take a dive in the lake, because there's a 1 through 4 right there. So then, during the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer 1 space towards it. Do not count victims in the carried space. So either we can have this make-out point, one of these make-out point people come, or this guy can just come right back, and I think that's what we're going to do. Just makes the most sense. He saw all his friends die, and it works for me, because I really don't want to go deal with the lake right now. So I'm going to start with a... sprint. And I'm going to get away from this guy because he probably will want to kill me. So 1 success is move up to 2 spaces and lose a time. That is fantastic for me. So we're going to take our friend, and we're going to go 1, 2 spaces.
and we're going to be saving this guy, and we're going to go ahead and move an additional space. Get nice and far away from him. He's probably going to kill those lovers on makeout point. He can be our guest. And then we're going to go ahead and do a distraction. And we're hoping for that glorious double. And we got a single with a discard. I only have one card, so we're going to be going down one and up, which is fine for me. And that, I kind of want to just leave that for now, because, well, no, let's go ahead. No guts, no glory. There's not really a downside right now. And I got a success, so we lost one, and we do lose a time, but that's actually not the worst, because what we're going to do is pretty much the same next turn, unless we want to get what's in the cabins. The cabins is that baseball bat. We might be doing that. So that's our play phase, and now our action phase, we're actually going to get all these cards back. We've got 5 to spend, so we're going to get a search, and we're going to get we're going to go ahead and get an improvise, because I'm a big fan of improvise as well. That's all our 5, so it goes back up to 6. And then now it's the killer phase. He would try to kill somebody in his space. He does not have anybody in his space, so he gets his terror card. And, ooh, hello. I did not need that search. Maybe things are starting to go our way. Draw the top card of any item deck. Well, actually, no. Since I'm in this, I'm going to go ahead and get this whistle, because this whistle can just be in my backpack, and I can actually get people to come towards me, which will be very nice in the future. So that is actually fantastic for me. Then, and so that was his turn. That was his turn. So he will get to have a friend. A friend will come and say hi. And now that is everything. Okay. So now it's our turn again. This game has a wonderfully fast. Oh, then these need to go back where they go. I forgot to do that, so that I can buy them again next time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play Walk again. So we're actually, I have a couple of focuses. Actually, what am I doing? Improvise first. Improvise first. Because improvise, until this action phase ends, all 3s and 4s are successes, and for the next horror roll only for a single success. So we get, that is worth discarding 2. 100%. So we're going to discard 2. So now, 3s through 5s are successes. So, we just made our life a lot easier. So, now we can go, let's go ahead, do I want to do focus or walk first? We'll do focus last. So, we're going to go walk, and that's 2 successes, so we're going to move up to 2 spaces. Do I want that bat? Yeah, I kind of do. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to get all these friends together. We're going to be out of here in a minute, so I'm not really worried about it. So, man, I am glad I improvised, because, oh, and I needed to lose a time for that walk. Because now that's take the top 2 of my space. So there's a bat and the map. So I'm probably taking the bat, but the map is during the discard during the action phase, and then for each deck of item cards do the following. If the top is face down. Okay, so if the top card is face down, reveal it, so I would be able to see what's in these places. Or if the top card is face up, you may remove it from the game and discard and reveal the next card. So basically you get to see what's available in other places. But I'm not too worried about that because I've already got a nice weapon, and it's going to, and I already don't really care. I have a weapon, I have a whistle. Like I'm pretty set right now. So I'm going to just go ahead and not worry about this one. I'm taking my bat and place the other on top or underneath face down. So I'm going to put that one on the bottom of those cabins face down. So I have my bat, that's in my two hands. I have my whistle around my neck, and we are going to then have this in the discard, and we are going to walk again. One success is going to get us one space. Unfortunately, there's no connection here, so he's going to be not great. Okay, cool. And that was down one, and might as well, while we have this on, go for our focus. One success, down one, down one. We're going to have a little bit of a short turn next turn, but we also are really just wanting to run. So that is fine for me. So that is the end of our turn, and so we're going to get us a sprint, a close call, and a focus. That's all our 3. So we're back up to 6, and get all the zeros. The nice thing is the zeros are all in a gold color, so you can, in the timer, so you can find them a little bit easier whenever you're just trying to move through. So now we are back into the killer phase. Killer is going to just kill this cute little lover from the makeout point. He's going to go up 1, and he's going to reveal his dark power. His dark power is a dark obsession. Whenever Hounds attacks you at least once, he attacks an additional time. Oh, goody. Okay. We're probably going to die now. But we'll see. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next tarot card. Okay, we already had that. All victims that are not in your space must panic. So, this one is going to run right into the wonderful and happy arms of our friend Hans. And then these two, since they're both in the same spot, I'll just roll them both together. There's a 4 and a 6, so they're going to split up. Okay, now he's going to target somebody and he's going to kill him. He has killed yet again, and then he's going to go towards the nearest victim. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces here, and 1, 2, 3 spaces here. So he's going to go take a nice swim in the lake, and then in our upkeep, this stupid moron is going to come this way. So, great. So, on our turn, we are going to, like, I want to focus because that gets me the extra die if I succeed. But if I sprint, no, I think the better choice is to focus and just be sad if I fail. Okay, I got a 3, so I can discard 2, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to be sad. And now we're going to sprint. We are going to run, run, run. And luckily, I have this close call, so I'm going to reroll all my dice for 2 times. And 1 success gets me exactly what I wanted, bringing all these friends with us to this spot for only 1 time. So we just saved 3 people all at once. We're going to get our heart back, which is fantastic. We're going to take planning. Ooh, you get a whole bunch of extra dice for the next horror roll. That might be good. But also what I can do is I can kind of set up for next turn by moving a space and gaining back some time. And then I'm going to whistle to get this guy. Like, that guy's going to die anyway. That guy's going to die anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. So, but this last one will get me what I need. So I have 2 time left. I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting some stuff because he's going to try to attack me a lot. So I'm going to get that going. I have a guard now, so this is a reactionary one where if he attacks me, I get to roll the dice, and if I get successes, I get to reduce the damage or ignore all of them, which is fantastic. And even if you don't roll anything, you still get to reduce it by 1, which he's hitting for 3 right now, which isn't great. So that's my turn. Back up to 6, and he's going to kill this one immediately. So terror goes up by 1. And then the terror card for the turn is, if there are no victims, there is still exactly 1 victim. And he's going to move, oh goodness gracious though, he's going to come and he's going to say hi and he's going to kill it. Because he's going to go he was here, 1, 2, 3, because he has a 2 move now, and he's going to stab that one. Okay, cool, great, love it. Well, I know what I'm doing. Okay. There's no victims for me to save. He has done a very good job killing everybody. Okay, so there's no victims to move towards him from our event. So we're going to go ahead and meekly attack him. So, do we want to? Do I have 2 focuses? No, I only have the 1. It'll only go down 1. So we're just going to go ahead and. Okay, 2 discards. We're going to discard a walk and a focus so that I get 1 damage. I am going to get hurt, but I am going to do 2 damage to him. Look at me. Doing my part. I highly doubt we're going to survive this, but one can try. We're going to walk. Try to get away from him, because currently he is just really wanting to say hi. So we're going to go up here, since we only get to move the 1 space. And then we're going to try to take a nice little rest, because we are down. I guess that's why there's a spot over here for this. And no successes. We still get our heart back. Horror goes up by 1, and the time goes down by 1, and then it actually ends our turn, but we don't want our turn. So we are going to get ourselves a Furious Strike and this focus. So all the zeros, all we did was play zeros, are going to be right there. And it's Hans' turn. Hans is going to do his thing. Then he's going to, oh hooray, be annoying. Hans does an additional damage for each stab. Okay, well, that's not great. And there's 2 health on this, but if I inflict damage, I can just get rid of that power. So he has an additional minor power. Let's see if I can get this where it's a little bit more visible. It's not super relevant because if I whack him, he's going to be dead. So we're going to be having a very short turn this turn because I don't have any way to move. Actually, yes I do. Do I dare? Do I dare bring him over here? I do dare. I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay to whistle to get him to come over. Because why not? Fortune favors the bold. And I'm going to use this Furious Strike. So, okay, do I... It ends my turn. I don't care about ending my turn. I can get it to retaliate too. So, I'm okay doing just the 2 damage. Yeah, it's only 1 damage difference. So, I'm doing 2 damage to him. And I'm getting rid of the Unholy Rage. Yay me. No extra attacking for you. And then that ends my turn. And I have enough for a retaliate and a close call and get all these back. So that's not bad. The only problem is he's going to get to attack me twice here. But that's why we do these crazy things. Okay, so he's going to attack. First attack. Attacks you at least once. So he attacks an additional time. So I'm going to be retaliating for this first one. Okay, I can discard 2 to bring it. He's dealing 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a short rest and a focus. That brings it to that. Or, we're at 6. Actually, no, we're going to go ahead and do our close call here. Because this is the good one. So I'm going to do my close call. I'm going to pay my 2 to revolt both of these. Hope for at least 1 success. Well, we got 1 success, so now we just need to discard 1. Or 2, rather. So, we're going to get rid of both the focuses. So this retaliate means we're going to do 3 damage to him. The whole reason I grabbed it, because I knew I needed to do a lot of damage to him. And he does no damage to us. He's going to get to attack us again. I'm going to guard. And I got that. So I can do... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of a couple more cards. We're not going to have much of a turn next turn, but we are going to be protected from 2 damage. So we take 2. And now his terror card. Oh, good. There's a victim in the cabins. Oh, well, that's right next to us. That's nice. That's nice of us. Oh, and he's actually going to be joining us. And it's scarier now. So, great. And then he's going to come say hi. So we're going to start out our turn. So these are still discarded from the previous turn, which is super great. And I'm going to just whack him with that baseball bat 1 more time. Oh, that's actually really good. So he takes 2 damage. And we are going to try to get away with our friend. I shouldn't say try. We're going to be getting away with our friend. Just how nicely. Ah, that's not bad. We're going to get away 1 space closer to safety. And I only have 3, so I'm going to get us... Oh, no. Well, he's not in our space. So he can't just double attack us like he did last time. So we're going to go ahead and get a sprint and a close call. And then all of these are going back in. So he's down to 3 health. We are at 4. We're actually not doing too badly. I was so afraid that we were going to lose. But it's looking better. Not looking great, but it's looking better. Oh, wait, this stupid idiot. This stupid idiot. Is he really going to run back to his arms? Oh my goodness, he's an idiot. Okay, this stupid Death Wish is ridiculous. But we'll see what happens. So he tries to stab. He cannot stab. then he is going to, no, he's just going to come and say hi anyway. And he's just going to kill this one all by himself. He wants fresh blood. He's going to come move. He moves actually, he's moving 4 spaces, and he's going to kill that guy so hard that his children that he never is going to get to have gets to die as well. And then, oh, there we go. We are very close to not being happy. Now I wish I had a fight. Okay, well, we're gonna run. We're gonna run very far. There's nobody to come and say hi. What's at the dock? The dock is the fireworks. Fireworks aren't really great. But we're going to sprint. Oh, this is up here. And let's see here. We're at least going to get out of his space, lose 2 time, and end my turn. Okay. Because at least he's not going to just murder me. I have 4, so we're just going to get this retaliate. So for one of these attacks, I could actually possibly successfully kill him. So we'll see. We'll see. He attempts to attack. He does not. The terror card is if there are no victim cards. Next card. Place 2 new victims where I started. So this is why this is important to leave out. I started at the dock. And then, oh, hooray, now we're down to only 1 die. Which makes it impossible to get 2 successes. Dark Waters, oh look, there's that Dark Waters I was telling you about. Place the Dark Waters token in the lake, and everybody in the lake is dead, and everybody in the lake is dead. Place the Dark Waters token there, and when a victim enters the lake, they die. So it's really nice that he's not over here, because these people would really have a death wish, because not only are they walking towards the killer, they're walking towards their death in the lake because they're too stupid. I do not have a movement. That is not great. Okay, well, one of these moves up, and we will be ending our turn. Hooray! But on this plus side, we do have a whole bunch of money to spend. So we're gonna get a 2, and another sprint. Oh, and all of these. Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot to do next turn. Did I spend out last turn? There's no way. No. No, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Because I'm 90% positive I forgot to actually do my spending phase other than grabbing the retaliate. I should have had all these in my hand. Because otherwise, how did I move? I used a sprint. Yeah, no. So, those should be in my hand. This is the turn. Okay. Goodness. Helps whenever you pay attention. So, oh, we only get 1 die. Let's try to solve some of this focus problem. So, I need at least 1 back. There we go, perfect. Down a time, up 1. Okay, now we actually can function. So we're gonna walk. Oh, that is fantastic. So we're gonna actually whistle while we're here. He's gonna come up, and then we're gonna come over here. So we're gonna get our planning card, and we have just saved a whole pile of people, and I can teleport over to him. I have a retaliate, I have a weak attack. So, oh, and then I also get an additional time for saving this one. Yay me. And we can just put these guys in the victim people. I saved a nice pile of people. Look at me. Okay. So he's 2 spaces away. I can get over to him. I have 2. I think we go ahead and short rest real quick. And that's where we get this close call. Whew. Reroll both of those. 1 success, I'll take that. And we get a health back. And then we're going to go up and we're going to teleport to him and do a weak attack. One success, I take a damage, but he takes 2. And now that he's on his final health, he actually, or I'm going to get to roll an additional die on things. So I'm going to, so if I walk, I instantly can't retaliate. I can't get this guard that I was going to get. So I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to tank this next attack. Remember to do this. This is probably the most important thing, the remembering to adjust your tableau. So he is going to then he's going to attack me, but I'm going to retaliate. So if I get 1 success on 3 dice, I'm going to get to whack him with my last breath. And I can actually discard 2, which is actually fine for me. I'll go ahead and get rid of this walk. Let's go here. And it's this focus. And I'm going to ignore all the damage, just in case. And I'm going to whack him, and he has no health. So he doesn't come back. He goes down. After that horrible first turn, we somehow managed to still beat Hans. Wow, that was a close one after that first turn. Because I've played this game several times before, and whenever I'm winning, it's usually down here. He got all the way up here. He got like up here on turn 1, which was terrifying. But we actually managed to survive and beat Hans. Fantastic.
Well, thank you for joining me for this gaming session today. I really do love Final Girl a lot. And with just what they released in the original Kickstarter, there is so much replayability and so much that you can do between each thing, because with one you only get 1 game, but as you get more boxes, now you have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 different games, and then yeah, I guess it would be just times 2 every time. So it would be 1, well no, times, goodness gracious, it's, oh wait, 2 to the 0, that's what it is. So, no, because that's two different games. It gets exponentially larger the more games you have. So just with 2 boxes, you already have 4 different games, right? Let me do the math real quick. Girl, her location, this one, 4, and so then you have something like 8, 16, 32. I'd have to do the math, and that math should be on screen right now. But then they also did a wonderful thing where they also gave a little vignette, which is just a villain that you can play in any location. And I believe they're doing that again with this Kickstarter, which is amazing. I cannot wait for that Kickstarter to ship, but the Kickstarter's over, and it's doing that thing that Kickstarters are doing right now and taking an eternity to get anywhere. But they also only closed it at the beginning of the year. But I love this game. If there's any of these expansions that y'all would like to see played, please let me know in the comments. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.